Hey there guys, Jordan here, back with another reaction video, and it's going to be another death battle, and this death battle is going to be Phoenix versus Raven, Marvel versus DC. I see, another Marvel versus DC battle, and this battle is going to be a superpowered girl from the X-Men going against a superpowered girl from the Teen Titans. This could be quite the interesting fight. I know a few information about Raven, but not so much for Phoenix. And that seems weird for me, considering I'm more of a Marvel fan than a DC fan. But I suppose we'll see how it turns out when we put them to the test. Alright then, so without further delay, let's take a look. And here we go.
Jean Grey, the marvelous Phoenix of the X-Men.
Raven, the Hazaranthian demon witch of the Teen Titans.
Okay.
If absolute power corrupts absolutely, in our quest to contain the beast within, we may well be consumed by...
Bird battle time! Whiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Alright, first up, Phoenix.
In Greek mythology, the majestic phoenix bursts into flames upon its death and rises from its own ashes. It's a symbol of nature, rebirth, the dawning and setting of the sun, the beginning and end of life.
Right.
Poor Jean Grey was thrown into way too young when her best friend was struck by a car right in front of her.
Just like a phoenix, the trauma of Annie's death was the start of something new. Her mutant power of telepathy. In Annie's fleeting moments, Jean bonded with her mind, and they experienced her death together.
By the way, Jean was 10.
Enter Professor Charles Xavier, who hoped to help Jean through her trauma.
And was also a telepath. He taught Jean how to control...
So both of them were telepathic. That's interesting to know. Alright, background. Name, Jean Ellen Grey Summers. Aliases, Phoenix, Marvel Girl. Height, 5'6", 183 centimeters. Weight, 130 pounds, 59 kilograms. Omega level mutant. Teams, X-Men, X-Factor, X-Force, Hellfire Club. So apparently she was in other X teams rather than just the X-Men. And an Omega level mutant? Man. I'm not even sure what other level mutants there are in the X-Men. But maybe she might be able to use that to her advantage at some point. Who knows?
Roll her X-Gene, and she used her powers to find other troubled mutant kids around the country.
Thus, the first iteration of these marvelous mutant superheroes was born. The
X-Men.
Iceman, Beast, Angel, and of course, Marvel Girl. We can work out that name.
Jean's potential as a telepath was incredible. So far beyond Xavier's, in fact, that he installed psionic blocks in her mind to limit her full power.
Really?
Until she was mature enough to wield it safely.
She can read and control thoughts.
Alright then. Mutant powers. Telepathy, Omega level. Astral projection. Extrasensory perception. Illusions, mind reading, memory manipulation. Psionic absorption, psionic weapons. Telekinesis, alpha level. Matter manipulation, psionic barriers, transmutation. Wow. So not only can she use telepathy to read other people's thoughts, but she's able to use it as a weapon. Wow. As along with telekinesis. Although they both have different levels of use. not sure if switching levels with different powers will be able to help Phoenix against her opponent. But I suppose we'll have to learn more about her opponent to see how they compare to her. Best to keep that in mind.
Communicate telepathically, rewrite and erase memories, manipulate each one of your senses, and project her mind into the astral plane.
Jean is also an expert telekinetic, capable of forming energy barriers, deconstructing giant machines, and even halting the blood flow to your brain.
Starting to feel like the guy with big hands who can climb good is a little out of place, but Jean's life would change forever. Again, on one fateful mission.
Trapped piloting a ship through a solar storm, the Marvel Girl came into contact with an incredible energy. It merged with her, greatly enhancing her power.
But there was a catch. This thing wasn't just a power boost. It was a giant space bird!
More like a cosmic being, which is the embodiment of the Big Bang, destined to consume all of existence at the end of time. This is the Phoenix Force.
Well, merging with the fire chicken didn't turn out so great, because all it wanted to do was blow shit up. Hey, why don't I get a Phoenix Force? That sounds awesome.
The Phoenix
Keep
Force
dreaming,
is
pal.
Destruction. Its fire will one day consume all of existence. That's its purpose. Unfortunately, this need for annihilation would prove too much for Jean, manipulating and corrupting her until a thoughtless moment where she obliterated an entire civilized planet. Millions of lives simply erased. This was the dawn of the Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, when Jean figured out what happened, she was not okay. No matter how hard she tried to kill the Phoenix's influence, it would always rise back up. Good, because it's a Phoenix.
And so, rather than allow this absolute power to consume her, Jean heroically sacrificed herself, ending the threat.
What a beautifully tragic story about the corrupting influence of power on the human spirit.
Not really. Turns out that wasn't actually Jean. The Phoenix was just kind of pretending to be her. She came back later. Oh, and she merged with the Phoenix again.
Well, that's stupid. But absolute power may corrupt absolutely, but it also absolutely owns.
As the Phoenix, Jean can channel.
Alright. Phoenix Force, aka Void Falcon, Falcon, World Destroyer, Tefereth. Probably butchered that, but anyway. Granted powers: energy manipulation, flight, immortality, life force manipulation, Phoenix avatar, possession, pyrokinesis, regeneration, soul manipulation, time control. Wow. Those are some incredible powers that this Phoenix Force has given her. And especially with immortality, life force manipulation, and time control. Man, this member of the X-Men truly is unstoppable. But then again, it might not be enough to take out her opponent. I suppose when we learn more about them and when we get to the fight, we'll know for sure if this will do her any good.
Vast amounts of cosmic energy, absorb power from others, manipulate matter down to the subatomic level, and even scorch your soul with psionic flames.
The shape of the Phoenix itself, grow to the size of a universe, and burn hotter than a supernova. The Phoenix can basically do anything. Stop time, open portals, see the future, raise the dead, and create pocket realities just for fun.
She can fly at massively faster than light speeds and wage mental battles across infinite distances in seconds.
Wow.
Even boosted Jean's natural mutant abilities to the max. She's physically strong enough to fight the Thing, and she's a stronger telepath than Moondragon was with the Mind Gem. You know, the Infinity Gauntlet bling that controls all minds in the universe.
And
my word.
The Phoenix can always resurrect her. So long as her soul remains intact, it will reform her.
Even without the Phoenix Force, Jean has genetically rebuilt her body from nothing but her spirit and mental energy. Wow. So she's able to rebuild her own body telekinetically even without the Phoenix Force? That is really absurd. I wonder if her opponent can do something like that. I suppose we'll know when we get to them.
Her body, no matter how many times it's destroyed.
Which is good, since she's died literally 15 times. As of this recording,
whoa.
She probably died again in 2024.
Okay, that's good to know.
Jean's not around. The Phoenix has jumped into other people. Rachel Gray, Hope Summers, Firehair. It's got a thing for redheads.
Oh, do you think it was a bad idea to have Jocelyn study it?
I demand a raise!
Yeah, it was.
Well, even with plenty of hosts,
Moving on.
The Phoenix would often end up back with Jean.
Like a clingy, codependent ex. While Jean might be stuck in a kind of love Ouroboros with Scott, Logan, Emma, basically everyone, her true bestie is the Phoenix.
Because according to the Phoenix Force, she is its perfect vessel. The Phoenix is powerful enough to stalemate Galactus and defeat the being Necrom, who was going to collapse the multiverse into a singularity. With Old Man Logan as its host, the Phoenix saved the entire Omniverse from destruction.
Yeah, basically the embodiment of the previous multiverse got mad and tried to flood reality with his evil juices. So, Old Man Phoenix held back a tsunami that would have erased all of Marvel Comics.
Really?
Even after multiple possessions.
Okay, feats. Reverse Scarlet Witch's No More Mutant spell caused Eternity to convulse with pain, could kill the Beyonder in the White Hot Room, forestalled Necrom's multiversal singularity, waged mental battle across infinite dimensions, stabilized the reality-ending Macron Crystal, defeated Professor X, Galactus, Necrom, Sublime, and the Adversary. Whoa. This X-Men member truly has accomplished some very mind-bending and mind-blowing feats. And given how she was powerful enough to stop a being capable of destroying the multiverse and able to save the Omniverse as well, it sure seems like Phoenix has the upper hand. But then again, her opponent might have done some more impressive feats. I suppose we'll see what they are soon enough.
Jean was never quite free from the influence of the Dark Phoenix and the threat of its ultimate destruction.
But Jean's like the nicest and most patient person ever, so she eventually sort of got through to the Phoenix Force.
And with their combined power emotionally stabilized, Jean reached her ultimate state of being, the White Phoenix of the Crowd.
Sounds like a Dark Souls boss, and just as bullshit. White Phoenix is a perfect merging of Jean and the Phoenix Force, allowing her to control time and space and hold friggin' universes in her hand.
And giving her dominion over the White Hot Room, the highest plane of existence and the center of the Phoenix's power. Beyond.
Even with Taia, a lesser host than Jean, the White Hot Room's power boost was great enough to dwarf the Beyonder and God of Stories Loki. So even if the Phoenix had taken a different host as its vessel, the White Hot Room's power was still great enough to take out the Beyonder as well as God of Stories Loki. So it seems that Jean was the perfect vessel for this Phoenix Force. And given this known piece of trivia, it seems like this might have extended her power exponentially, considering that she's the prominent host of it. I suppose we'll see if that will work to her advantage when she faces her opponent.
On the far shore of reality, it is a dimension the Phoenix has complete control over and even gets stronger while in it.
But Phoenix can never get out of that let's kill everyone mindset, so Jean finally confronted it and dumped his ass. Yeah, she dumped a cosmic god of destruction. You go, girl. Time to take back the good old days of... Wait, they're calling her Marvel Girl again? Roll it back.
But like a phoenix, the two will inevitably rise again and reunite, refreshed and renewed, with a passion that can melt stars and set our souls aflame.
Wow. Alright, next up, Raven.
Once upon a midnight dreary, the demon Lord Trigon had a plan to escape his extra-dimensional prison.
By manipulating a poor young Gothamite named Angela Roth, he would spawn a half-demon child that would summon him to Earth.
Whoa.
That's one of many reasons you don't live in Gotham. Thankfully, Angela was rescued and taken to a dimension called Azareth, filled with a bunch of smelly space hippies.
And there, she would have her doomed daughter, Raven.
The Azarathians were terrified of Raven. If she ever lost control of herself, even for a moment, she could release Trigon into the world and kickstart the apocalypse.
So they trained her to control her mind.
Okay. Background, alias Rachel Roth. Height 5'11", 180.3 centimeters. Weight 139 pounds, 63 kilograms. Founder of the new Teen Titans. Likes Friends, meditation, Gossip Girl. Okay. That's really weird that she would like Gossip Girl, considering that she's a super and all that. But wow. Being born from a demon that can be enough to start an apocalypse? I guess there's bound to be thousands, if not millions, of supers with tragic backstories and why they had to be outcasted. But maybe we should learn more about her before we judge her for all that.
Forbidding her from feeling any emotions whatsoever, and thus suppress Trigon's influence. Which is smart, since even without Trigon, she's strong enough to accidentally destroy the universe.
I don't know,
Oh.
being told that if I get too mad or too happy I'd let loose the actual devil might just make me a tad bit stressed out of my goddamn mind. I call it the prequel trilogy School of Psychotherapy, and much like a Jedi, Raven learned some sick magical powers.
Raven is an empath and can sense the emotions of others even from across the universe. She can shape those emotions so precisely it acts as a form of mind control.
She can sense your
see.
presence, absorb and redirect your pain, steal your energy for herself, communicate telepathically, erase memories, or just turn your brain off and put you to sleep.
Her telepathy is so strong she could resist a mental attack from the Hive Queen, whose psionic...
Raven guarded multiple people from the Hive Queen simultaneously, whose mind control is directly compared to Trigon's influence, which Raven is constantly resisting. I see. So this Hive Queen has been directly compared to Trigon's influence, which Raven is trying to hold back, and she was able to guard multiple people simultaneously from this Hive Queen's power. That truly is impressive, I'll give her that. It just makes me wonder how she's going to be able to use it when she faces her opponent. I suppose we'll see soon enough.
abilities could overpower even Superman's mental defenses.
God, I can use that some nights. And he can resist mind control from dudes who can destroy the multiverse. Seems like she's got this emotion shit locked down. What's the problem?
Her very soul. While her body is essentially human, her soul is the locus for Trigon's corruption, and she can separate it from her own body in the form of her silhouette.
It's a bird! It's a plane! No, that's just a bird!
This soul self is non-corporeal and can be...
Okay. Arsenal, soul self, manifestation of her soul, possession, regeneration, shape-shifting, separate form of her life force. Avon's sword, rings of Azar. So this raven that she summons from her is actually a manifestation of her soul, and she can be able to use it as a weapon. while making sure that Trigon doesn't get released from her. Man, Raven certainly does have a lot of angst within her, considering that she's the daughter of an intergalactic demon. Maybe she might use this to her advantage against her opponent? Well, here's hoping that she doesn't lose too much control of it.
Be controlled from an interstellar distance away. She can use it to fly, teleport across dimensions, possess people, smash ponies like a battering ram, and even absorb things into a pocket dimension of infinite darkness.
For the nightmares.
It can also regenerate from complete disintegration.
Sort of like a soul healing factor. You know, they probably should have thought twice about making the person who can accidentally end the world such a badass.
Given Raven's fear of her dreaded destiny, it's fitting that her soul self should take the form of her namesake, a raven. Across multiple mythologies and cultures, the raven symbolizes prophecy, death, and ill omen.
Hey,
Wow.
Ravens mean bad news. What about gooses?
You wanna fight me, motherfuckers? Bring, I'll nibble you. Hey, wait, I'll nibble your eyes. I'll nibble you. See ya, suckers.
Well, guess that's the
They
answer.
symbolize assholes.
Upon turning 18, Raven feared Trigon's growing presence and went to Earth to form a super team capable of combating him.
Screw you, Satan! It's the Teen Titans!
Uh-huh.
These kids may seem like the Justice League Junior Edition, but with Raven as their white and black mage combo, they were out kicking butt and saving the world.
You can add Warrior, too. On one of their adventures, Raven's physical body was enhanced to match Donna Troy, an Amazonian strong enough to withstand a blast from the Universe Buster Monarch.
Well, that's just bad
Whoa.
game design.
Raven's vast arsenal of magic include
Okay, magic, astral projection, empathy manipulation, force fields, flight, illusions, matter manipulation, physical and spiritual healing, precognition, sleep inducement, soul manipulation, telepathy, telekinesis, teleportation, time control. So a few of these are exactly the same as Phoenix has. Although that could be a difference in how their power level is. Maybe the same power that Raven has is much greater than the powers that Phoenix has? I suppose we'll have to wait for the battle to know whose abilities are more superior.
lightning, force fields, illusions, telekinesis, shape-shifting, matter manipulation, stopping and traveling through time, and most dangerously, her control over souls.
She can rip your soul out of your body and absorb it to get stronger. Even controlling a universe full of souls all at once is no big deal.
And should someone attempt to possess her, she can tether their soul to hers, absorbing them.
Like in a possible future timeline where she did just that to the four horsemen of the apocalypse. She got strong enough to destroy all of creation. She was called the Unkindness.
In Dark Crisis, the Deadly Green issue number 1, present-day Raven entered a lesser unkindness state via close proximity with the Great Darkness. I see. So the Great Darkness is like a containment that can be entered by an unkindness state. And present day Raven was able to enter that with no problem. This does seem like Raven does have the upper hand here. Although, maybe it might not matter since her opponent has the power of immortality. But I suppose we'll know if mortality matters in for this or not.
Which is actually the term for a group of ravens.
Neat. All of these powers made her an incredible asset for the Titans. No longer alone in Azarath, awaiting inevitable doom, Raven found a new home with new friends.
And a potential green-skinned love interest that DC is too cowardly to commit to. Come on, guys. We all ship it.
Alongside Raven, the
yeah.
Titans have defeated the Church of Blood, the alien conqueror Mongol, and the Brotherhood of Evil. However, the more Raven used her powers, the more Trigon's influence grew, unleashing a frightening transformation.
Ooh, yeah.
Throw empathy out the window. As Dark Raven, she's a force of pure destruction. A perfect vanguard for her pop's hellish army.
Like in the New 52 era, where she led Trigon's forces, conquering worlds for, quote, an eternity.
Even destroying her body won't...
Okay, feats. Frequently resisted Trigon's influence, her soul self grew larger than a sun, fought for 3 days straight on the astral plane, matched Donna Troy and Unbound Astar, soul self flew from Earth to Tamaran, conquered numerous worlds in the New 52 timeline, ended every plane of existence as the Unkindness, defeated Brother Blood, Mongol, Teen Titans, Neron, and Trigon. My word. I would say that I'm impressed about these feats, but given how Raven has to keep Trigon's influence under control, it just makes me feel sorry for her that she has to be able to achieve all of these feats while keeping her father's power away. But seeing as how she already defeated her father, maybe there's nothing to worry about here. I suppose we'll know for sure once we see the end results.
Too much. She'll just keep fighting as a messed up demon ghost.
But the Titans were not fair-weather friends. With their love and support, Raven overcame her dark side and purified her soul to battle her all-powerful father.
We've been talking around him for a while, but Trigon is one of the biggest, baddest mother effers in DC Comics.
Yeah.
Literally evil personified. He's wiped out the Justice League with no effort, including our old pal, pre-crisis Superman.
The same Superman who flew so fast he broke the bonds of infinity. Trigon
Wow.
destroyed entire universes, matched the fifth-dimensional imp Mr. Mxyzptlk, and even killed Dr. Fate in an alternate dimension. The same Dr. Fate who flew across reality at the velocity of God.
Yeah, he's pretty strong.
Wow.
But so is Raven. You see, Raven was raised as a pacifist, afraid that if she let loose, her father's powers would kill everyone she loved.
But in truth, Raven's power never belonged to her father in the first place. It was hers. And Trigon had no idea how strong his daughter really was.
With the Rings of Azar, Raven bonded with Azarath to
The Azarathian spirits channeled into Raven remain within her self-soul. Raven has since defeated Trigon against her own. So after defeating her father, she still has her soul self, but she has the Azarathian spirits channeled within it. Wow. It seems that she now uses her powers for good now that she's no longer in her father's control. Well, that's 1 point for Raven on that. Although, I'm not sure how we'll be able to help her in the battle. Guess it's safe to be optimistic for a little bit longer.
power Trigon and destroy his soul. Even though her body got nuked in the process, she just kept superheroing without it. That's right, as a ghost!
But even without her father's direct influence, Raven's incredible power continued to prove impressive. Like the time she fought the Spectre in
Raven battled Astar while he was unbound, an even more powerful state than the Spectre's normal level. Wow. So Astar is even more powerful than the Spectre when he's unbound, and Raven was able to go against him with no fatigue or whatnot. I am interested to know if she'll be able to use that achievement for the battle. Guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Bound angel of wrath whose conflicts often threaten all of reality.
Long have the legends of old proclaimed the awesome might of the Goth GF, but I never knew they were true until this day, wizard.
Okay. Portents of Doom are nothing new for this shadow-clad sorceress. With her teammates at her side, there's no future this Titan can't overcome. Alright, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a bird battle! Caw-caw!
Let's get started. Ooh, pretty. Oh, there she is, just meditating.
Come to burn my home to ashes. The demon inside you is too strong to be left alive. I'm sorry. This is for the good of the universe.
This should be fun. Oh, Battle of Light and Darkness. Classic.
Azarath Metrion Synthos! Darkness take you!
Oh.
What's the matter? Afraid of the dark. You don't control my mind.
Oh. Oh boy. Now it's getting serious. Ooh.
It's too late for you now.
Oh boy.
Let me cleanse you of your demons, sear and scorch them all away.
Oh.
No, I'll take this pain from you.
What? Oh.
Enough! I'm taking everything that twisted you to somewhere white, hot, pure!
Oh boy.
Charles, everyone, give me strength! I am not the daughter of a demon. I am the daughter of Azarath. Azarath Metrion Synthos!
Oh boy, this is gonna be close. Oh my.
I'm home.
Wow.
You know, I think they could have just talked this one out.
This was a nail-biter, and perhaps that's surprising, since Raven's reputation hardly matches that of the almighty Phoenix.
Probably because Raven's always holding back. When she does it, you don't have to dig too deep to see that these two are evenly matched in power.
The Phoenix Force was strong enough to hold...
Okay, results. Phoenix. Positives, more showings of high-end power. Phoenix Force has more experience. Negatives, lacks spiritual defenses, couldn't destroy the soul self. Raven. Positives, counters most of Jean's abilities. More options to end the fight. Soul self would always regenerate. Negatives, theoretically less stamina and experience. So even though Raven is hypothesized to have less stamina and experience, Phoenix lacks spiritual defense and couldn't destroy Raven's soul self. And seeing that the soul self would always regenerate means that Phoenix didn't really stand a chance against it. So, I guess that's why Raven wins this.
Expect the destruction of all creation, but Raven had multiple showings of battling similarly powerful characters like Trigon and the Spectre, and both could compete with speeds exceeding infinity.
Sure, Jean got a power boost in the White Hot Room.
Though it may technically be harvested from primal Kerbons found within the White Hot Room, neither Jean nor the Phoenix have ever weaponized the anti-magic properties of Mysterium. I see. So even though it can't be harvested, Jean's Phoenix Force never actually weaponized anti-magic properties. And considering that Raven, I guess in a way that Raven's soul self is considered anti-magic, it can be able to trump Jean's Phoenix Force with ease. So, I guess that's another point for Raven on that.
But that didn't make her invincible. The Phoenix has been overpowered there before, like by this big green cat. So, throw stats out the window. This fight came down to their abilities.
Both were immeasurably powerful telepaths. Both could control matter and time, and both could absorb each other's energy. However, Raven's ability to survive and fight as just her soul meant that most of Jean's offensive arsenal could not end the fight.
The Phoenix Force could have attempted to possess Raven's soul, but Raven has tethered her essence to other similarly powerful beings and absorbed them in the past.
And while the Phoenix's fire has shown to burn souls, Raven's has regenerated from complete disintegration.
On the flip side, Jean actually had very little defense against Raven's soul manipulation. The Phoenix could regenerate Jean's body, but not her spirit.
When Rachel Gray's soul was shattered, the Phoenix was actually incapable of healing it on its own. And while the Phoenix Force itself will be reborn in the White Hot Room, this can take months.
Raven has resisted dimensional displacement and teleported out of infinitely transcendent realms. It is unlikely she could be forced into or trapped within the White Hot Room. I see. So even though that Phoenix's White Hot Room is her trump card, Raven was able to resist it because of her resistance of her resistance of dimensional displacement, and was able to teleport out of infinitely transcendent realms. So there's no contest for that either.
Years, even centuries.
So it could be one hell of a war of attrition, but ultimately only Raven had the ability to finish this battle.
Jean Grey was one of the strongest beings we've ever seen, but Raven's own awesome might, brilliant magic, and unique soul-destroying powers snuffed out her fire for good.
Will the Phoenix rise again, returning from that far, far shore? Quoth the Raven, nevermore.
The winner is Raven.
Congratulations, Raven.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, we have a new death battle releasing every 2 weeks this year. And click the join button to get new perks and extra content. Planet level members even see death battles before anyone else, so don't miss out.
Next time. Guts versus Dimitri. So that was Phoenix versus Raven, and Raven won the battle. Just goes to show you that there is a pro at being very angsty and defensive about your father's power. And the next battle is going to be Guts versus Dimitri, a Berserk versus Fire Emblem battle. Can't wait to see how that one goes. Alright everyone, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.